Today is June 1st. It is Thursday, so I apologize. I normally get my videos out on Wednesdays when I do my braces updates, but I had an extra video that I did for you guys this week answering some of your questions, and that video is posted, and I'll have it linked in the description below this video if you want to check it out, and I'll also post it right up here in the corner. So yeah, definitely go check that out if you guys are interested, if you had any questions in mind that maybe I answered. And yeah, this is going to be my braces update, you guys. So I have now been in these braces for 3.5 months, not quite 4. So I've been wearing my braces now for 14 weeks. Well, to be exact, 14 weeks and 1 day today. I had my braces put on February 28th. The top ones, and I had these put on 2 weeks ago and 1 day. This last time that I had my bottoms put on, it was very, very painful. I don't know if the bottoms just will develop more pain or if it just depends on the person, but my bottoms definitely hurt worse than my tops did. I thought my tops were awfully bad, but no, the bottoms took it for me. I did not take any ibuprofen or Tylenol. I was able to manage it just fine. The tops, I have not had anything done with these in the last few weeks. When I went and had my bottoms put on, they did not tighten the tops, so I still have an 18 gauge wire in the top, and I've got an 18 gauge at the top and then a 14 gauge wire at the bottom. So the top is a little bit thicker of a wire than the bottom is. I don't know how you can really tell here and right here, just a little. So the wire is just a little bit thicker at the top than it is at the bottom. I'm sure next time I go, I'll probably get this wire bigger and this one as well, depending on how things are going. Now, my bottom wire, when I had these bottom brackets and the wiring put on 2 weeks ago, once again, it does not go all the way to the last bracket there. The wire doesn't. Same on that side. The reason for that is because the 14 gauge wire is very thin and it's flimsy and it just won't reach, and if it does, it'll probably just break or pop out. So they don't go all the way to the very last bracket. Because of that reason, they didn't on the tops either when I had the 14 gauge wire, but when I got the 18 gauge wire, it goes all the way to the back. Just not on these. So I've noticed that these colors that I chose this last time, the teal and the lavender, have changed a little bit. They're not as bright and out there as they were. This has gotten more of like a little bit of a minty color, and these look a little more pink than purple now. So sorry, it's not wanting to focus. It never wants to focus on my braces, but it focuses on my hair. You guys see that? All this is blurry, but my hair is like sharpened. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see a difference in straightening as far as the bottoms go. I don't see any change really. Maybe a teeny tiny smidge, but not that I can tell. I didn't really notice any change with the tops until I think like 4 to 6 weeks in, and I've only been in these for a little over 2 weeks, so yeah, I'm probably not going to notice any change for another couple more weeks. I went for my license renewal last week, and I was pretty excited because I was like, yeah, I'm going to get to smile, and I'm going to have, you know, like a straighter smile. But the gentleman, he just called me up and he said, stand up to the backdrop. So I did that, and before he took the picture, he didn't say anything. He just, as soon as I stood up and I set my purse down and I stood up, he snapped the picture, and I was like, I didn't even get to smile. So I look like a criminal in my license. So I literally feel like I have a mugshot in my license. I have to show you guys what it looks like in this picture here. I'm not happy about my license picture, but Oh well. My jaw, I noticed one day, it was about a week after I had my bottom braces on, I was brushing, and because I have my wisdom teeth, when I brush and I get in the very far back, I kind of go like this to kind of help get the bristles moving in a good circular motion back there because it's so far back. And I noticed my jaw was popping and I could hear it in my ear, and it's never done that before. And those of you that have been watching my videos know that I suffer with TMJ. So my jaw locks and pops. But I've never heard it pop like it's been doing here recently. I walked up to my husband, I was like, can you hear this? Because I didn't know if I was just hearing it or if you could actually hear it on the outside. And he was like, yeah, that's loud. So I recorded a video clip of it, and I'll show you guys how loud it is. It really doesn't sound like it's that loud, me hearing it, but I guess it is. I don't know, can you guys hear? Yeah. So that is the side that locks and pops on me. I'm sure it probably has something to do with my braces creating some change, and I don't know, I may end up having to have those wisdom teeth pulled, you guys, because things are obviously affecting my TMJ now with the braces. So we'll see. I'll let my orthodontist know when that time gets here. I also have another video that I noticed. I was doing something. Oh, what was I doing? I can't remember what. I think I was getting something out of my teeth, and I noticed that one of my O-rings, which are the colored bands that you get on your brackets, was a little off looking, and I noticed it had like some kind of a wire that was like in front of it, and I didn't quite know what was going on with that specific bracket. I thought, oh dear, because I was eating popcorn, and I thought, I know I'm not supposed to eat popcorn, you guys, I know this, and I thought maybe I had accidentally like messed up my bracket. So I was gonna go in and see the orthodontist the next morning, but after having an orthodontist assistant that follows me on my Instagram tell me if nothing's hurting or bothering me, it's really not necessary to go and have it checked out, because it looks, I guess, like everything is in place, nothing's popping out of place. So unless something is out of place or causing me problems, then to go in and see. But the price that you pay for braces, obviously you don't want to just let something go if you don't feel comfortable until, you know, just waiting to go to your next appointment, because they are, you know, a few weeks out. So anyways, I had a couple people mention to me, you know, that it's probably nothing to worry about. So I went back and I was looking at my pictures that I took after I had my bottom braces put on. I noticed that my bracket actually looked the same. I mean, the same day that the lady had put my braces on, as well as the actual orthodontist, which was, she was assisting him. So I guess they did it the way that they needed to, because that is the tooth that has a ligature tie on it. And it is this one right here, which it's hard to see. I'm gonna flip my camera around, you guys, so that you can get a better view. Okay, I hope you can see and I'm not out of focus, but yeah. It's down here, it's the purple pink one. And it just looks like it's a little out of whack. And I can't really tell if, hang on. I couldn't really tell if, you know, I'd actually done something. See, my camera won't focus on this angle. Yeah, my band just looks like it's shoved further back, and there's a little wire, you know, kind of in front of it. But it looks like it's part of my ligature tie that is just in the way, and that's just how they put the O-ring on to fit it in place the best that they could, because maybe that is just a little bit tight of an area to get it just right. But it's been in place ever since. It hasn't bothered me. There's nothing any more significant to that specific bracket. When I do go see the orthodontist on the 28th of this month, June, I can't believe it's already June, you guys, I will point it out and see if that was just maybe an honest mistake on their end, or if that's how they just purposely did it. But because it isn't bothering me, I didn't want to go in, because my teeth are doing fine, and unless something pops out of place or falls out or loosens a wire, which it does seem like right in here, this wire, you see that, how I can move it? I noticed that too, but I think a lot of that, see, it does it on that side too. I think a lot of that's just because, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, my wire is a 14 gauge and it's flimsy, so it's gonna push him, you know, it's gonna be mobile. And I got quite a bit of wire right there in between those two brackets, so I'll definitely keep you guys posted and updated on that specific bracket though when I go back from my orthodontist appointment on the 28th. I've also got an area right here. You see where this tooth is completely turned. This one's facing more forward. This one isn't. And in between this one and this one right here, when I floss, there's no clicking or popping. It just, the floss just goes down and up, down and up. And it used to click and pop. There used to be like no space there. And I guess now there's a little bit of space there, so now my floss don't click and pop right there. So things are definitely changing, I can notice. But as far as like seeing it with the naked eye, I don't see too much. Not yet, anyways. My top teeth are getting straighter each week, I've noticed. I am just amazed that my top teeth have moved and shifted as much as they have in just a short amount of time. These teeth were overlapping these, and I'm seeing more and more shaping of my front teeth, because before the sides of them were covered by these little side teeth right here. And now I got these gaps, and I can't really tell if they're getting bigger. It seems like they are, but I got that one there, this one here, and one right here. And this is the little area back in here I was telling you guys. I got a little bitty light brown spot that I'm suspecting could be a cavity, but I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, it could be an abrasion, which I go see my dentist. I looked on the calendar, you guys. I told you in my last video, I couldn't remember when I go see my dentist for the first time with a cleaning with braces on, and that'll be on July 17th at 11:30 that morning, which I'm probably gonna have to, I'm definitely gonna have to reschedule that because the time isn't gonna work. My husband is now on day shift instead of night shift, and he would sit at home with our little ones while I would make late morning appointments for my ortho and dentist, or just regular doctor visits, because it would be the time he would be waking up and he'd still have a few hours before he had to go into work, because he was on mid shift and now he's going to be working day shift, so he's going to be getting up for work between 2 and 3 in the morning and not be home till 5 in the evening. And our dentist, I don't think, is open past 4 or 5 in the evenings, and they're closed on Fridays, which are his days off, as well as Saturdays, and they're closed on the weekends. So me trying to find a day to get into the dentist is going to be hard, and I don't know if I'm going to have to switch dentists and find another dentist or not. I actually did have to stop seeing my dentist when my husband was on day shift a couple years ago, because it just didn't work out. His days off were Fridays and Saturdays, and it was with a previous job that he had, and he was on day shift, and like I said, they're not open on Fridays and they're closed on the weekends. So Monday through Thursday is the only days I can get in, and I think they close between 4 and 5, and that's the time he gets home. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, you guys. I'm gonna have to figure something out, but I'll keep you posted on that as well, because I definitely do not want to miss my dentist appointments. In my last video, I told you I had fractured my finger. Or well, actually, I didn't know if I fractured it, but yes, I did. I fractured my finger. I fractured the bone in the very tip of it. It is still slightly bruised, just not as bad. The swelling has gone down, but my nail it's swollen up here. My nail is starting to slowly lift up from the cuticle. It feels loose, but it's definitely getting more of its filling back. I'm just now starting to be able to feel the nail. Before it felt completely numb, but you can see how it's a little more yellow looking because of the bruising. But I had a hematoma as well in the tip, and I had a bunch of blood that was coming out of that muscle there, and it was just filling up, and it caused all that swelling and bruising to go on. But after all the swelling and the bruising had went down, I noticed that my finger was starting to have pain in it, and come to find out, I fractured the bone in the tip of that finger. So Having a 1,000-pound camper fall on your finger is no fun, you guys. I've never had a broken bone in my life, but let me tell you, just even a fractured bone, it is not comfortable. So I had to make a homemade splint because my doctor didn't give me one. So I had to take popsicle sticks and some tape and make my own splint, and it helped out a lot. It was actually really relieving to have something to keep my finger straight because every time I would move it, it just felt so uncomfortable. But anyways, enough with that. My finger is doing better. That is why they look a little yucky, because I haven't been able to paint them. This one seems to be weird though. It's like the main one that still has almost all the nail polish on it, and this one. Everything else is almost off. But I gotta get me some fingernail polish remover because I got a really pretty fingernail polish I got in my influencer box that I want to paint my nails with. That is it for this video, you guys. Very short, sweet, and simple. And I was trying to really just lower my time on my videos here a little bit because my kids are home for one, and yeah, I know my videos can get kind of lengthy. I will do some close-ups for you guys real quick and include some pictures at the end of this video, and I will see you guys back here. Let's see, this is the first, so I'm thinking I'll be chatting back with you the week before I go to Florida, which will be the week before I go see my ortho. Hang on, let me check. Okay, so yeah, on the 14th or the 15th, so it'll be just within 1 or 2 days before we leave for our Florida trip that I will do another update for you guys, and that will hold you over until I go see my ortho on the 28th, which I'm hoping I can keep that appointment. If not, I may have to schedule it before then when my husband's off work and maybe go get things changed out a week earlier because he'll be off work, so I may end up having to do that. I don't know, I'll have to see if they can work me in anyways. That is it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. Make sure you go check out the Q&A video. Like I said, that'll be linked in the description below this video. And I love hearing from all of my subscribers, so if you're just now watching this video, let me know. Click that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I would love to interact with all of my viewers. I love hearing feedback and advice from you guys and answering your questions. I will see you guys back here in 2 more weeks. Bye. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do this from my bathroom because the kids are watching me through the window like, Mom, what are you doing? Because that's where I'm getting all my daylight from. So here we go.